It was T back. I felt awkward for being caught snooping in his cabinet. I put the sandal back, mumbling, T, I just wanted to check it out, didn't know whose it was. I couldn't return the sandal to in today. Seeing T wasn't suspicious, I made an excuse to leave. But the hallway was empty, no sign of Chin. Had she left for something? Back in the room, I asked, T, did you see a pretty girl in the hallway just now? T looked up from his anime pillow, shaking his head. Fong, you dreaming? This is the guy's dorm, no girls here. Talking to this guy was pointless. I regretted not getting Chin's number, but knowing she was a new fine arts student, I'd find her. The next day, I went to the fine arts department. As expected, it was full of beautiful girls, but none matched Chin. At the freshman class, I asked a male student, Hey, is there a girl named Heian in your class? He pushed up his glasses, surprised, and said, Wait, let me call her. He shouted to the back, and a girl with thick bangs looked up. Suddenly, a hand tapped my shoulder, and the familiar jasmine scent hit me. Turning, it was Aichi. She led me to a small garden in the department, sweetly asking, Why'd you come here? Looking for me? Her scent was intoxicating, and her closeness made me dizzy. I nodded, pulling out my phone. Yeah, I realized I didn't have your number, so I came to find you. She gave me her number, and I quickly noted it. Oh, Chin, why'd you leave so suddenly that day? Oh, Fong, I got a text from my roommate. She forgot her key, so I rushed back. You're in the dorms too. Which building? I'm in the girls' dorm, building 3, room 403. She hesitated but answered. I was thrilled she trusted me enough to share personal details. We strolled around campus together. That night, T crept over, whispering, Fong, did you take the sandal? I shook my head, confused. He continued, if not you, then Min. Is he pulling a prank? Tam wouldn't dare touch it. A chill ran through me. Min didn't seem the type for such pranks. So who was it? That night, Min stumbled back drunk and passed out. I sensed something bad was coming and couldn't sleep. Tam was gaming, and T was watching anime on his bed. Later, Min got up to use the bathroom, staggering out. He returned much later, reeking of alcohol, muttering, There's a mirror at the end of the hallway, almost scared me to death. Good thing it was just my handsome face. He collapsed back into bed. In the darkness, under Tam's faint screen glow, we exchanged looks. The air grew heavy. We all knew there was no mirror at the end of the hallway. If Min didn't see himself, who did he see? I barely slept, half dreaming of a woman crying. She pushed open a door, entering a vast empty hall with bronze statues out front. She wept, walking across the wooden floor, her Odai dragging behind. A scream woke me. Min had fallen off his bed, clutching the embroidered sandal. Sober now, he yelled. T, wasn't this sandal with you? What's wrong with you? T shook his head frantically. Not me, not me. Fong knows it went missing yesterday. Fong, was it you? You wanted it before. No, I swear it wasn't me. I raised my hands, but as I did, I saw a strand of long women's hair wrapped around my wrist, making me tumble off the bed in fear. Was there someone else in this room besides the 4 of us? In that moment, I felt countless eyes watching me from the room's corners. My gut told me it was all tied to Antuite, but why was she haunting us? To unravel the mystery, we sought out seniors and professors who might know the truth, but strangely, anyone who heard Antuite's name played dumb or dodged the question, as if it... Still, we found photos of Antuite in old school event albums. Her long black hair cascaded down, showing only a partial profile. For some reason, she felt familiar. Like I'd met her somewhere. This eerie feeling led to nightmares for days. I dreamed of Antuite in a wedding Dai walking into the hall singing, The one worth loving doesn't love. Who remains, who's lost, those who should be here aren't here. The next day, Min, with dark circles under his eyes, called us to meet at the dorm at 8 p.m., saying he wanted to solve this. I thought it must be related to the Antuite dreams. At the cafeteria, I saw Haechin again. Knowing she was in fine arts, I pulled her aside. Achin, have you heard of Entuite? The girl who killed herself in the hall years ago. She stopped eating, lowered her head, her expression hidden. After a long pause, she said, I don't know. She seemed sad, clearly hiding something. I didn't press further, noticing her phone wallpaper a woman. When she saw me looking, she flipped it over, saying it was her sister. At 8 p.m., Min, Tam, and I returned to the dorm. T texted, saying he was stuck at his department. Min led us out of campus. It was pitch black, no stars, darkness enveloping us like a tide. Under the faint phone light, Min stopped at an old boarding house in District 7. He took a deep breath and knocked. After a while, a cough came from inside and the door opened. An old man with a wrinkled face, white hair, and bony hands appeared. His voice raspy, he snapped, You've got the wrong person. Go away. He tried to close the door. Min held it open, saying, Uncle Ba, I know you found Entuite's body. We just want to know what happened. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know Entuite or anything about the hall. Leave. He sounded scared, his voice trembling, trying to shut the door, but he was no match for Min. Uncle Ba, if you don't know Entuite, how do you know it happened in the hall? I didn't mention it. Min's voice shook too. Uncle Ba struggled for a moment, then looked up, eyes bloodshot. He let go and turned inside. We exchanged glances, understanding this was tacit consent. Min led the way, stepping inside. In the darkness, we were nearing the truth. The boarding house was dilapidated, walls stained, ceiling low, like entering a coffin. Through a narrow hallway, we reached a small living room with a dangling bulb, its copper wires glowing red, casting a faint yellow light, shrouding everything in a hazy glow. Uncle Ba sat slowly, head bowed, his face in shadow, unreadable. Uncle Ba, can you tell us how you found her? Min broke the silence. Why do you want to know? If it's just curiosity, I advise you to stop digging. Uncle Ba's aged voice warned. She's back. Every day we dream of her singing mournful songs in the hall. We're going crazy. Tam clutched his head, pulling out a stack of talismans, saying no matter how many he used, he still dreamed of Entuite. Uncle Ba looked at each of us, trembling as he lifted a cup, sipping water. Under the dim light, he began, She was a good girl, gentle, kind. She fed stray cats and chatted with me. But she was driven to death by a strange man and her boyfriend. He paused, swallowing, then continued. The hall had many books, and she loved reading, often borrowing my spare key. But I never expected that day she'd borrow it and never return it. The next morning, I checked the campus and found the hall's side door unlocked. I went in empty, no one. But as I stood in the center, something fell. I still remember it was a red embroidered sandal. I looked up and saw a piece of a red wedding dye and Entuite heavily made up hanging from the rafters. No one knew how she got up there, dressed in that red wedding dress. The police came, ruled it suicide. Before her death, intimate photos and videos of her with her boyfriend were spread around the school's network. Her boyfriend came, shook his head, saying it wasn't his fault that Entuite betrayed him first, so he retaliated. Oh, I remember Entuite had a cousin who rushed in and fought her boyfriend. They fought fiercely until the police intervened. Speaking of which, her cousin would be about your age now. I remember he wore glasses, a cartoon t-shirt, and had a mole on his chin. Suddenly, goosebumps covered me, fear wrapping around me like vines. Min's eyes reflected my horror, and Tam stood abruptly, mouth open but speechless. My voice sounded foreign. T, doesn't he have a mole on his chin? We left Uncle Ba's, walking through the dark alley, instinctively huddling close. Recalling Uncle Ba's words, she never left, she wanted revenge. There seemed to be a deeper secret from that year, yet to be uncovered. Her song echoed in my mind. Those who should be here aren't here. In that moment, I understood. Those she hated should be in hell but weren't, and she dragged them there. Back at the dorm, the room was pitch black. I flicked on the light. Suddenly, a figure stood in the center T. He kept his head down, the room silent except for our breathing. After a long pause, he spoke. You've asked, haven't you? I'm Tuit's cousin. I always wanted to know how she died, but Hong's gone mad, so I couldn't get answers. And now she's appearing to us because... He looked up, eyes bloodshot, flashing with ferocity. The embroidered sandal, I don't know who brought it here, but it's the one she lost after her death. Before her cremation, one sandal went missing. I searched but never found it. Who'd have thought it'd show up here after all these years? I couldn't believe my ears. But wasn't that sandal Age? Questions choked my throat, but I didn't dare speak. I didn't dare admit I'd picked it up. That night, my bed creaked again like something was pulling rhythmically. The next day, I texted Chen to meet where we first saw each other. She was crouching, burning something, the flames casting an eerie glow on her face. In that moment, I realized her profile matched Tuit's in the photo. Chen said she had an older sister. Could it be Tuit? I approached slowly, seeing her burn paper money, each sheet consumed by the flames. Chen, was your sister Tuit, the girl who killed herself years ago? She silently tossed the last of the paper into the fire, dusted her hands and watched the flames die down. She said, yes, she was my twin sister. Today's her death anniversary. I wasn't here when it happened, so I don't know much. I always wanted to ask Hong why he posted those private photos. Tears streamed down her cheeks. I held the fragile girl, her body icy. I wanted to warm her. She leaned into me, crying for a long time, and I almost forgot my fear.